Morning grade 9. Let's see problem 3 from your problem set 2. Now see what is given. It says that prove that if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines. So we have taken two parallel lines AB and EF. If a line is perpendicular, PH is transversal and we have taken that it is perpendicular to line AB. So if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to other line also. That means if PH is perpendicular to AB, then PH is also perpendicular to EF. That is, we have to prove provided AB is parallel to EF. So what is given? Line AB is parallel to EF is given. PH is transversal and it is also given that PH is perpendicular to AB. What we have to prove? PH is perpendicular to EF. Now being perpendicular means making 90-degree angle, that you all know. Alright. Now see, you may write the proof pausing the video. Just listen to the explanation first. Now see here, it has been given that PH is perpendicular to AB. That means this angle is 90. Which is that angle? PQB. So we got PQB is equal to 90 degree. Now it is also given that AB is parallel to EF, and if we consider line PH as transversal, then angle PQB and angle QHF, QRF, sorry not H, QRF. That means I am speaking about this angle. Can you see? Okay. Listen again. If AB is parallel to EF and we consider PH as transversal, then angle PQB and angle QRF, these two are corresponding angles. Now if lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal. That is according to corresponding angle theorem. So if this angle is 90, this also will be 90. So by using corresponding angle theorem, first we got PQB is congruent to angle QRF. But congruent means their measures are equal. So here congruency I have changed into equal. Equal means what? What is the measure of PQB? Will be same measure of angle QRF. Therefore QRF will be 90 because PQB already is 90. Now once we got QRF as 90 degree, that means PH is perpendicular to EF also. This is the sign of perpendicular. It is making 90 degree angle. Therefore automatically PH will be perpendicular to EF. Thus proved. That is, we have to prove. Okay. So if two lines are parallel and one line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, it is automatically, if line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, it is automatically perpendicular to the other line also. That is what we have proved. Alright, let's go to the next problem. Now this is your fourth question. This is the diagram. They have asked us to find angle X and Y. Now see students, X and 130 are vertically opposite. Similarly, Y and 50 are vertically opposite. And we know that vertically opposite angles are equal. And therefore, X will be 130 and Y will be 50. That is what we have found out over here. Now look at this X and 50. If this is 130 and this is 50, addition of these two becomes 180. And X and 50, these are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. If interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. That is what interior angle test for parallel lines tells us. And therefore, using interior angle test for parallel lines, we can say L is parallel to M because their addition is coming 180. That means these two angles are supplementary. Alright, let's go for the next problem. Now look at fifth problem. This is the diagram which they have given. AB parallel to CD parallel to EF is given. QP is transversal and the ratio of Y is to Z is given as 3:7. Now see students, if you consider only AB and EF, do not consider this middle line CD and QP as transversal. Can you see this Z formation? Don't consider this line, only first and third line. Can you see this Z formation? That means X is equal to Z because these two form alternate angles. Alright. So angle X will be equal to angle Z. Now they have given the ratio that y is to z is equal to 3 is to 7. But z is equal to x. So instead of z I have written x. So y is to x is also 3 is to 7. Now this is ratio given. So let the common term be equal to a, and therefore y becomes 3a and x becomes 7a. Whenever ratio is given like this, this is 3 times something and this is 7 times something. Alright, this is reduced ratio. So let that something be a, and so I have written y is now 3a and x is now 7a. But look at x and y, these two are, if now you consider these two lines, AB and CD as parallel and QP is transversal, now x and y are interior angles. If lines are parallel, then interior angles are supplementary. So you have x plus y is equal to 180 because they are supplementary by interior angle theorem. Now we have values of x and y, 3a and 7a. So 7a plus 3a is 180, 10a is 180, and therefore a we get as 18. We have to find value of x. How much is x? X is nothing but 7a. Therefore 7 into 18 is 126 degrees. Okay, pause the video and take down all the steps. Let's go for the other problem. Now look at sixth problem, very easy. Line Q and R are already given parallel and P is transversal. Okay, we know there are 8 angles formed. Angle A is already given as 80 degrees and we have to find G and F. Now look at A and G. They are alternate exterior angles. So if lines are parallel, alternate angles are always equal. And therefore by alternate angle theorem, angle A will be equal to angle G. So A will be equal to G. A is already given 80. So G will be 80 degrees. Now look at G and F. These two are angles in linear pair. Their sum is 180 degree. F plus G will be equal to 180 degree. They are angles in linear pair. G is already 80. So F will be 180 minus 80, which comes out to be 100 degrees. Very easy, no? So this problem was very easy. Let's go for another problem. Now look at seventh problem. AB is given parallel to PF and BC is given parallel to DE. And we have to prove that ABC, this angle, is equal to angle FDE, this angle. So this and these two angles we have to prove equal. Now see students, first consider AB parallel to PF and BC as transversal. Okay, you imagine. Then we have ABC is equal, ABC angle is equal to BCD angle, this. Because these two are alternate angles. So by alternate angle test, these two angles are equal. Alright. Now you consider AB parallel to DED and PF as transversal. Now what do you have? BCD, this angle is exactly equal to FDE. BCD, this one and this one. See, these two are corresponding angles. Alright. So first considering these two parallel lines and this as transversal, we got these two angles are equal by alternate angle test, this one and this one. Now considering these two lines and this as transfer, we got this one and this one as equal as corresponding angle test. So this angle is equal to this and this angle is equal to this. That means these two angles are equal. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. Is it not? So first we have proved ABC is congruent to BCD. Then we proved BCD is congruent to FDE and therefore we have ABC congruent to FDE. Congruent means they are equal. Okay, their measures are equal and therefore we have proved ABC is equal to angle FDE. I hope it is clear. So once alternate angle test and once we have used corresponding angle test. Alright. So we'll stop here students. That's all from my side for today. Thank you.